All right, guys and girls, time for a brand new spanking episode of What Did We Watch? Guest gutter Christian Finnegan, what have you watched recently? What's on the hopper for you?
I've been into TV comfort food the last couple weeks. I've been finding myself putting on movies I've already seen a dozen times because then I tell myself, "Oh, I can work while it's on." When
Right.
I don't, so I put on Michael Clayton last week, thinking I would just be in the background. Ended up watching it, just leaving my laptop open the whole time. Same with Boogie Nights, which are both long movies, but I
Yes.
managed to procrastinate sufficiently. So those are my two most recent watches.
You can't finish Boogie Nights without walking to the next room without your dong hanging out going, I'm a star. I'm a star. With whoever's in the next room.
I will
That's a
say I
must.
turned it off before the firecracker scene just because it was like 2:45 in the morning. At that
Oh.
point, it's like I just don't need this before bed.
Kevin Israel, what did you watch, buddy?
So I recently saw Renfield with
Renfeld.
the Nicholases, Nick Cage and Nick Holt. Not great. Nick Cage was
Everyone
good.
loved it, really. Everyone
Yeah,
thought it was
I
so
don't
great.
know. It was not. You know what it is? I don't like Aquafina, and I feel like she's being
Can't stand her
forced on
either.
us.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, and I feel bad. I'm because she's obviously an Asian female character or actor who's really being pushed, and there should be great Asian female actresses out there doing their thing. And I feel like I'm bad because I don't like her, but she's not good in it.
No.
And it's not in this movie. It's not clear. She's sort of supposed to be a love interest, but she's not. She's funny, but she's not really funny. And the movie was weird. And he was sort of supposed to be a superhero, but he wasn't. Nick Cage was great in it. But he was also like, that's actually who Nick Cage is. Like you feel like you watch this and go, well, that's Nick Cage. But it wasn't very good. I would give it a 5, 4.5, 5. And then I watched Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which I really looked forward to because I liked the first one so much, and this one was the polar opposite. It was just a bad movie that wasted the characters. It wasted everything they built up in the first movies. The villains didn't matter. It just was terrible. It was just a bad movie, poorly done, and I feel really bad because I think that's probably the last we're going to see of Shazam now that Gunn has taken over the DCEU or whatever they're calling it. But it wasn't nearly as good as the first one, and it was a slog. I had to watch it in 2 sittings. 3, I would give that.
I saw in the theater. I was very underwhelmed, and I was very excited because I liked the first one so much.
Yeah.
But I stared at that one girl. I go, Jesus H. Christ, she is a complete carbon copy of Winnie Cooper, and I'm here for every second of it because she is hot. I go, what is this? That one girl looked exactly like Winnie Cooper. But you're right. I agree. It was such a slog. And the one girl with the Skittles, I go, Jesus, this.
Yeah, the whole thing was.
It was a mess. Did not like it. And I'm not going to ruin the cameo. What did I watch? Spiderverse 2, baby. I'm surprised you didn't see that.
Yeah.
Had to go see that opening day. It dragged. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
It really?
Guys. It dragged about 15 minutes too long. I wish they had. I'm going to try and not ruin much. They don't have one of the regular Spider-Man villains in this one, but this is a trilogy. I'm going to spoil that much. It's wide open for number 3. Maybe they pull more out of the metaverse. I love the first Spider-Verse film. I love it. Yeah. It's so great. I love the alternate Spider-Men in the first one more than I love the alternate Spider-Men in the second one. The soundtrack in the first one is a banger. The second soundtrack, some interesting stakes happen. There are some good twists in this, so you can see it's not a complete cash grab like most sequels are. They put some good thought lines in this. If you love the first, you'll like the second. So, good. 6.75, right around there.
Very precise.
Thank you. I like it. Next one, X. Everyone raved about. Oh, by the way, Kevin Israel, Michelle Yeoh is a fantastic Asian actress. So if you like her, you're back on the good side of the ledger.
Yep.
X came out last year. It's a fantastic horror slasher film. And by the way, I did not know that this was a first part of a trilogy. So basically, a group of young people rent out a house on a farmer's property to shoot a porno that takes place in 1970s Texas. Guess what? The old people who own the land don't like young people getting frisky in the barn. So people start dying. It's a lot deeper, and there's more storyline than you'd ever think than in a horror slasher film, which makes it really enjoyable. 7 out of 10. I thought it was pretty solid. Nice. The follow-up to that one is called Pearl, which talks about the old woman who's one of the killers in X. and explains why she went batshit and why she got to her murderous ways. It's a step down from X, enjoyable. The third one comes out. It started filming, I think, recently. I give Pearl a 6 out of 10. So that's what we watched. Guys, thanks again for hanging out. Some good information here, and we'll see you all later.